Alright everyone, so another year of CINEMACON has obviously come and gone. And instead of talking about the panels each day, I thought I'd just do a massive video compiling everything. So, the first studio I'm going to talk about is Lionsgate. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is Now You See Me 3. I'm actually a big fan of these two films, and so it was confirmed that, yeah, it's in the works, and everyone from the last two films, the original cast, they're coming back, and there's also going to be a new generation of illusionists and magicians. It was also revealed that a Monopoly movie, a live-action Monopoly movie, is in development, and is being produced by Margot Robbie. And there was some talk that Kevin Hart was attached to it, but I don't even know if he is anymore. Then Henry Cavill was brought to CinemaCon to talk about Highlander. They had no footage, it was not revealed to the public, but what Henry Cavill did say is, wow, like, what are we doing? This is amazing. If you think I've done sword work before, and you've seen me do sword work before in other properties, you haven't seen anything yet. And to also talk about a new film he's starring in with Jake Gyllenhaal, for a new Guy Ritchie movie, and the trailer was revealed at CinemaCon. And it goes as, the film's tagline is, when billions are stolen, they're the ones who steal them back. The team is coming after a notorious kingpin with funny quips and banter shared between the three leads. The action includes skyboat races and car crashes in a tropical setting. Ritchie's signature comedic charm is present with Cavill and Gyllenhaal's macho characters chewing up the scenery. We also have a quick glimpse of the mysterious character played by Rosamund Pike. Alright, so then the John Wick spin-off Ballerina. People got footage there at CinemaCon, but we have a description here, so I'm going to read it to you. We see the origins of Ana de Armas, new lead, as she's taken in by the Roscaroma crime family and trained to be an elite assassin. She admires John Wick from a distance as he grows in notoriety in his own story, but doesn't get to actually meet him face to face until she goes on her own adventure. The snowy setting implies that our ballerina travels to Russia to dive deeper into her history and connections to another rival crime family, whom she is seeking to destroy from the inside out. In this journey, she meets another grungy-looking assassin, played by Norman Reedus, who warns her that she might be in over her head with ambition. The action of Ballerina is on par with the rest of the John Wick franchise, with Ana de Armas clearly being active in her own insane stunts. We see her pop other assassins' bones out of their elbow, and her brute force burn goons alive with this huge flamethrower, while on top of a vehicle driving in the snow, and stuff grenades in her foe's mouth during fight sequences. Since the spin-off takes place between the third and fourth John Wick films, Ana de Armas gets to share the screen with Keanu Reeves without breaking continuity. She calls for the Baba Yaga while on her quest, and he arrives in an epic shot of him coming off a train in the snow. She asks John Wick, how do I start doing what you do? And his answer is simple. It looks like you already have. Now a big thing that I wasn't sure if I was going to discuss, but I am going to discuss it because it's a movie. I'm talking about the movie, the Michael Jackson biopic. I talked about this last year. It's coming in 2025, and a trailer was shown to people at CinemaCon, and I'm just gonna tell you what they kind of thought. From the trailer scenes, the biopic will cover most of Michael Jackson's life, from his childhood until the last stages of his career, in particular, Off the Wall and the Bad eras. The song Man in the Mirror will be an important one in the movie. The biopic about MJ costed $150 million. The soundtrack will have 30 songs, and it will last 3 hours and a half, or 4 hours. The producer Graham King declared that he had worked on this biopic for 7 years, interviewing hundreds of people and carefully considering how to condense MJ's complex life and legacy. Also, he said that it will be an inside look into the most prolific artist who has ever lived, and there will be elements of drama, intrigue, and emotional states. The biopic will address the allegations and the blinding media attention, trying to make the story humanized and unbiased. It's been reported that apparently the crowd of CinemaCon lost their minds when they saw the Michael biopic teaser with loud applause. They also described Jafar Jackson as uncanny concerning his look as Michael Jackson in this biopic. So that was the Lionsgate panel. Now I'm going to talk about Universal's panel, and I think this was the weakest, but let me tell you what they had. They showed footage from Despicable Me 4 with Gru performing a heist. Now, the stupid minions lost his equipment, so Gru has to perform this heist with pacifiers, baby bottles, and other baby things. More footage for the Twisters movie was announced, the sequel to the original. I'm not a huge fan of the original, so let's see if they can modernise it a bit more for my generation. Then obviously Blumhouse confirmed that FNAF 2 is coming for 2025. I talked about this over on my TikTok, so go check it out for more information. Then they showed us some more footage for The Wild Robot, and I haven't talked about that film on here. I think it looks stunning. The first trailer looked amazing. I think this could be one of DreamWorks' best films. I think this could be one of the best films, like, ever. And then they showed some wicked footage. So a guy who was there, he wrote, just saw like a 4-minute extended trailer for Wicked. Kind of showed the whole movie. The school, the rivalry, the friendship, meeting Oz, his betrayal, etc. With a few of the songs playing over it. It looks so bright and beautiful. And then I say to you people, that is the end of the Universal panel. So next up was Paramount. And let me just say, Paramount did have the best panel, and then I think Disney came in and stole it from them. First thing they revealed was, alright, we're going to confirm it. Transformers Rise of the Beast, that was received really well. So there is going to now be a G.I. Joe and live-action Transformers crossover movie that is now in development. I believe that is going to be now the next film after The Rise of the Beasts in the franchise. Then, they revealed a new logo for Transformers 1. This is the animated film with Chris Hemsworth voicing Optimus Prime. And a plot synopsis or leak was given from CINEMACON. CINEMACON got to see the very first trailer for the new animated movie Transformers 1. The story follows a young Optimus Prime, still known as Oren Pax, and his brother-like relationship with a young Megatron, known as D16. The two robots do handiwork together in the underground world of Cybertron, but their friendship grows shaky when Megatron wants to rebel and find out why no robots are allowed to the surface of Cybertron. Optimus decides to join him on his quest because he can't help but support his best friend, even if it may not be the best idea. The two decide to embark on a journey together to unravel secrets of Cybertron, a journey that will eventually make them rivals. Okay, so that gets me very, very excited. However, a lot of people coming out of CinemaCon said that the film is very childlike, very childish humour, and a very light-hearted tone. Then the new logo for the new SpongeBob film was announced. SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants. I'm not really too fast. I think SpongeBob has overstayed his welcome in the modern day. And then another Smurf movie. I can't keep up with the Smurf movie. They keep trying to reboot the Smurfs all the time. This one's coming out Valentine's Day 2025. The voice cast was announced for that. Zolo Manu Banner is in. So, I mean, Blue Beetle. That caught my interest a bit, but Smurfs, again, like SpongeBob, I don't really... I think they've overstayed their welcome. Then a reboot of the Scary Movie was announced. But then they go ahead and they go, Eric Nam has been cast as an adult Aang in the animated Avatar The Last Airbender movie. Then they go ahead and go, you guys like Team and Team Mutant Mayhem? And I'm like, no, I didn't. And they went, well, Joseph Ennis, especially for you, we're going to announce a live-action The Last Ronin movie. Last Ronin is one of my favourite Turtle comics. You could do anything with that film, like your creative mind. You could do anything. And then, my friends, we get on to Sonic 3. So, yes, CinemaCon people got footage. CinemaCon 2024 got a very brief look at Sonic 3. The brief teaser shows Jim Carrey, Dr. Robotnik in his lab, and he's gained weight and has let the place go to the dumps, with it being full of junk. He's let his hair grow crazy, and now has a noticeable belly. Robotnik jokingly says that he's been binging carbohydrates. His assistant, Agent Stone, comes in and says, we found him. Stone presents Robotnik with one of Sonic's blue electric quills, and as he's done before, Robotnik licks it and tweaks out. He yells, let's do this, to Stone's face, then cuts to a montage of Robotnik getting his hair cut by Agent Stone, getting a fresh look with his game-accurate moustache, bald head, and deprived-looking eyes. The Sonic 3 footage then cuts to Robotnik with an entire gang of henchmen, all armoured with laser guns, waking up Shadow the Hedgehog in a siren tube. Shadow opens his eyes, which are bursting with red electrical energy. We then cut to Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles facing off against Shadow in the middle of a huge city street. Shadow is noticeably dead silent, as it's still not revealed who the voice actor is. The real money shot of the footage is Shadow the Hedgehog riding a motorcycle, in the sky, and then using it to bounce himself towards Sonic, who is flying upwards at him at full speed. We see Sonic's bright blue power clash with Shadow's bright red energy in the night sky, looking like it's straight out of an anime. Dude, I need that footage like yesterday. This sounds sick. Sonic 3 sounds to be going really game accurate. Yeah, it kind of was a smart choice to not reveal Shadow. It keeps the audience, intrigued and guessing. Are they going to give Shadow a gun? I don't know. Is Rouge going to be in it? I don't know, but it sounds so ambitious. As that was the Paramount panel, and now, the one you've all been waiting for. Disney's turn, and I think Disney came out with the best panel. Audiences were treated to a 35-minute look at Inside Out 2, and the reception from that 35-minute look was really positive. Audiences also got a look at Mufasa the Lion King. I'm not too fussed about this, but I know some people are, so I'm going to read you the footage. CinemaCon 2024 got a brief look at Barry Jenkins' Mufasa the Lion King. Since it's still deep in post-production, Jenkins described it as a first look at the teaser that should be eventually released. It starts off on a snowy mountain with a pride of lions, lying under a bunch of giant icicles. Rafiki narrates the story and describes it as being about a lion who will change everyone's lives. There are plenty of new environments on display, like African swamplands, deep rivers, and even more snow. We see a young Mufasa rise from the rocky desert, and Rafiki describes him as a lion who was born without an ounce of nobility. He will now go on a journey that will see him become the greater leader everyone knows and loves. Then audiences got a 9-minute look at Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and again the reception coming out of that was fire. Then audiences got a look, the first look actually, at Captain America 4, also entitled Captain America Brave New World. Now, this photo and another photo were revealed to the public.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
But I'm going to read you the footage now. CinemaCon got to see the very first footage of Captain America Brave New World. The clip that was shown follows Sam Wilson meeting Thunderbolt Ross, who is now the president at the White House. Ross is asking to meet with Wilson so he can reunite the Avengers, with a new Captain America at the forefront. He's looking to unite forces, but he might have some ulterior motives unknown to everyone else. During a meeting where Ross is presenting a plan to a crowd with Sam in attendance, a mysterious villain takes over the speakers and controls the minds of secret agents and Isaiah Bradley, who Sam struggles to pin down in a fight. Full chaos ensues, which leads to a montage of the different action set pieces of the film. We see Sam getting attacked at the White House, using his shield to block himself from multiple Secret Service agents, trying to tase them. We see shots of Sam Wilson and Joaquin Torres in action together. Everything builds up to a tense confrontation between Sam and Ross inside the Oval Office, where Ross tells him, "You're not Steve Rogers." And after a long pause, Sam says, "You're right, I'm not." Finally, we see Sam suit up in a new cap suit, which is more silver and blue than blue and white. But now, the Deadpool and Wolverine stuff, saving the best stuff till last. I know, I'm so kind. So, before the Deadpool and Wolverine segment of the panel got started, the screen went black, and then we see Wolverine, Hugh Jackman and Deadpool on the screen, and they're in a car, and Wolverine's in his comic-accurate uniform. Deadpool starts saying, "Oh yeah, so in Secret Wars, right?" And a phone starts beeping. And then Deadpool carries on and goes, "Anyway, So in Secret Wars, they're looking to bring back." And then the phone keeps beeping. And Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, in his yellow and blue suit, he looks straight at the camera and he says, "Hey Bob, turn your phone off." And then he drops an F-bomb. Then Wolverine just keeps on going. And then Deadpool says to Wolverine, "Nice wall break, buddy. I didn't think you had it in you." And then the footage kind of cuts. And then Kevin Feige comes on, and he's talking, and then Kevin Feige starts swearing.
almost a quarter of a century ago, working with Hugh Jackman again as Wolverine. It is incredible. It is extremely exciting, and I hope you don't mind if I say it's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome, and the reason I can say it's fucking awesome is because it's an R-rated movie.
And so then Sean Levy comes on, and then they show an extended trailer. It's different from the one the public have seen. And in this footage, Agent Paradox, the guy from the TVA trailer that we saw, says that their job is to defend the sacred timeline. And then, on a monitor, Deadpool sees Chris Hemsworth's Thor crying over his dead body. And he says, Agent Paradox, when does this happen? And Agent Paradox says, in the near future. So maybe it happens in Secret Wars, maybe they prevent it, I don't know. But Chris Hemsworth Thor is in this. And then there's a big scene where Deadpool is taking the mick out of Wolverine's costume, saying, the X-Men really let you wear that? And that's basically everything key from the footage that we have. But guys, that is everything from CinemaCon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.